Joining us live is our US contributor, Michael Ware, to sum up the day's events. Michael, good to see you. So first of all, interesting pictures and a rousing speech, if you will, from the Defence Minister of Israel, basically prompting that a ground invasion is very close now.
Yes, well, we saw both Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Defence Minister talking to troops massed on the border with Gaza. And the Defence Minister assured the troops that, don't worry, you will soon see Gaza from the inside. Now, you know, that's pretty daring and obviously warlike talk. And obviously, Israel does need to maintain an aggressive posture. But I've got to tell you, having been in a ton of urban warfare, any military on the planet will tell you it's the worst kind. So be careful what you wish for. And, you know, the advantage is always on the defenders' side. Hamas has been preparing for this since before the horrors of October 7. I mean, there will be entire buildings rigged to blow. There will be streets littered with IEDs, improvised explosive devices, booby traps everywhere, snipers, ambushes inside houses. And let's not forget the tens and tens of kilometres of tunnels that Hamas has running under Gaza. So, yeah, obviously they need to maintain this kind of a stance. But one wonders how true it really is, because Israel has not launched a ground invasion. The delay, in one sense, is surprising. And we know that when President Biden visited Israel and sat with the Israeli war cabinet, he grilled them about what their intentions were. He has never said not to invade Gaza, but we know that he asked them, so what do you think is going to happen? How are you going to do it? What happens next? What are you going to do the day after? So he definitely interrogated them. So it would appear that the Israeli Defense Force may be in two minds about the ground invasion. And finally, let's never forget that if there is a ground invasion, almost certainly the first to die will be the 200 hostages.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about this before and whether, you know, Hamas would actually do that to the hostages because they need them. They need them as bargaining chips. We know about the humanitarian corridor that's about to open up in the Rafah crossing, which Biden helped facilitate, Michael. But, I mean, as soon as you've got a ground invasion, those corridors shut very quickly.
Oh, that's gone.
Yeah.
That will be absolutely gone. And let's be frank, we don't even have a humanitarian corridor yet. There has been some tentative agreement. But the Israelis still have grave and understandable reservations. Obviously, any vehicles coming in through Egypt need to be searched for weapons or fighters or anything else. And also, Israel's major concern is that any humanitarian aid, given that right now Gaza is in the dark with no electricity, is thirsty with no water, and is starving with no food, Tel Aviv is worried about the diversion of that humanitarian aid going not to innocent Palestinian civilians, but directly to Hamas fighters. So whilst there is an agreement in principle, and there's the possibility that 20 trucks for 2.3 million people may start flowing through on Friday, we may still be quite some way from seeing any aid delivered.
Okay, and just finally, Joe Biden, he's going to speak in the next couple of hours from the Oval Office. Michael, what do you expect him to say today?
Well, it's only the second time that President Biden has used the Oval Office to make a national televised address. In essence, what we're expecting him to speak about is a push for about $100 billion in aid that his administration wants to send to Israel, to Ukraine,
Wow.
to Taiwan, and some to secure the Southern American border.
Wow.
So the intention, what we expect is for him to make an argument to the American public that these things might be happening over there, but they truly affect us over here. And this comes as the civil war within the Republican Party is only worsening today. There's no speaker. You can't make an appropriations bill. I mean, and they were going to vote, put it to the floor today, and they still can't. Apparently, in their caucus meeting today, they they virtually came to blows. So, you know, getting aid anywhere right now is going to be tough, but the president is going to try and sell the concept to the Americans.